Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. We've just wrapped up the final La Liga game of the season, but I was just reminding everybody that we are here every single day, despite leagues finishing. Of course, our focus soon to turn on Copa America and the European Championships, and of course, everything that's happening in the transfer window as well.
Yay!
So tee up for everyone.
We still got Champions League final, by the way.
Champions League final, of course. Yeah, exactly. Countdown to that. Who's going to replace Pep when he leaves? Oh, let's all go. As a Leeds United fan, how long should I nurse my heartbreak? Leeds, of course, favourites going into the playoff final. Didn't really turn up today. Southampton in the Premier League.
You can nurse it all summer, and then when the whistle goes to start the season, forget about it. Onwards and upwards.
Do you know how many playoff finals the Leeds have lost?
6.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yes.
Unbelievable. Dear me, that's a lot of heartbreak.
Don't get yourself in the playoffs.
Do it automatically.
Do it automatically.
Or save yourself the fuss and finish mid-table. That's all right. Oh, there we go. Our graphic only says 4, Stevie.
Yeah, that's plenty.
So, does that mean that you're wrong?
You don't want to rub it in anymore, do you, Leeds fans?
You said it with such conviction.
I was going to compliment you on your research and preparation.
It's really enjoyable when your team's put up in front of you, failing. Oh. It's really enjoyable.
Oh, dear. All right, then. Well, you've got that with Arne Slot next season. Is it unfair to criticise Haaland in big games when the team is not set up to play to his strengths? Now, we discussed this at length on the show, didn't we? And basically, you said he needs better service.
Yeah. Listen, if he's missing chances, then you could maybe turn around and say, well, maybe the occasion got to him. But during the show, we showed the amount of chances he had in all these
Stevie
games.
was quoting XG, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it was.
Well, this is...
Well, it came in handy for this particular
argument. Yes.
And it goes on Haaland's side.
Ali, would Xavi be a good fit as Chelsea manager? We've seen what he was able to do with young and inexperienced talent from La Masia, and Chelsea too need a coach who can guide a bunch of inexperienced young men.
Well, if you look at it from that perspective, I assume that, yeah, it makes sense. What I would suggest is that I believe Xavi has gone through a really draining experience. And for him, I would suggest to him, look, take some time off. Get excited about the possibility of coaching once again. Put this chapter behind you, sort of gather some of the positive things that came from this experience, build on those things, and then put yourself in a situation in which you put yourself as an option out there to the world and see who comes knocking. But yeah, an opportunity like Chelsea would be interesting.
Yeah.
The problem is, you had in Barcelona a fickle team president. You're going to Chelsea, it's a fickle situation. I don't know that you walk from this issue to get into this issue. I believe you need some time off before you gather some energy before you jump into something like this.
What do you think, Stevie?
Every single thing Ali said, I agree 100%.
Well, thank you, Stevie.
Sorry, 100%.
Hey!
Stephen, who had a better season, Arsenal or Manchester United?
Is that a serious question?
Well, 1 trophy to 0 trophy.
I'll tell you what, I would rather be an Arsenal fan than a Man United fan.
Oh, yes, we know that, but on this season, given that Arsenal end up with nothing?
If you're an Arsenal fan, you have to be sitting going, right, OK, we were so close. We were closer this year than we were last year. We're on the right direction. We've got a chance. Absolutely. I would be happier. Absolutely, Arsenal.
Arsenal?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not even a question. You can't possibly take one game and one performance and allow that to blind you to the rest of the season, to Manchester United. I suppose that the excitement of being in Manchester City will in some ways mask the disappointment of the rest of the season, but you cannot be blind to what happened throughout the course of the year.
It's a good question, Stevie. If you're Kieran McKenna, who is, of course, the Ipswich manager, 2 back-to-back promotions, done an incredible job with Ipswich. Do you continue with that momentum, or do you take a chance at United or Chelsea, knowing that job may never show up again?
Well, can I throw something in that's not on the question?
Do whatever you like.
I would suggest he'd be better going to Brighton.
Right? Like another
because
step.
It's in between.
But then Manchester United may never come calling again.
It may never, But at the same time, you have to, if, hand on heart, right? If he's looking in the mirror, do you think he can say, you know what, I'm ready for the Man United job?
Yes.
I don't think.
You always tell me they've got big egos,
Well,
managers,
they
Stevie.
do,
They believe
but
that they can...
You do, but at the same time, you've got to be realistic.
But you can't turn it down, can you? If United ring you up...
It's very difficult to turn it down, yes. Well, let me put it a different way. I think.
Let me put it.
I'm always saying that to you. You can't turn it. You know, these things don't come along all the time. They come along maybe once in a lifetime. Right. From the outside in, I think he would be better served for the longevity of his career to go to Brighton and take that next step, and then maybe hopefully get another opportunity at a bigger team.
Which would you choose, United or Chelsea, if you were him? If you just had two boxes?
I think I would choose United.
Because?
Well, there's only one way. You're only going that way. They've had. Let's be honest.
They just won the FA Cup.
Since Alex Ferguson left, they have had one stutter and.
They've won 2 cups in 2 years.
I know, but nobody. Dan, this is not 30 years ago when winning the FA Cup really, really meant something. The FA Cup
meant something to people yesterday. Marcus Rashford was crying.
No.
So no.
United's only going to go one way,
Right.
and that's all.
And that's up.
They can't be any worse next year than they were this year.
So if you're...
It's got to be United.
Right.
You've no idea what's going to happen to Chelsea. Absolutely no idea. Just because they won 5 games at the end of the season when it didn't count.
Don't give me that rubbish. That's so annoying when you say that.
Man United beat Brighton 2-0 in the last game of the season away from home.
You can't
They've been
just
absolutely
say, you can't just say what happened at the end of the season for Chelsea doesn't count.
Ali, can you explain to this young man?
No,
when you play games that don't mean anything, what? It doesn't count, right?
All I know is
it doesn't count, Dan.
No, I know that, but I think it's far too easy just to say, ugh.
But it's
There's
not.
no improvement whatsoever.
I never said there was no improvement whatsoever.
You saying it doesn't?
I just said.
You're saying that it doesn't count.
I said it doesn't count. No, you ask anybody in football that when the season's done and dusted and you win 5 games at the end of the season, does it really count? And they'll all say, well, no, really.
So why are we so critical for Manchester United's end of the season?
Because they've been crap the whole. They've been absolute garbage.
So Chelsea.
They've been absolute garbage the whole year.
So you can't. Oh no, you can't. I'm not giving Chelsea any compliments whatsoever because they should have beaten these teams. These teams don't care. It seems a little counterproductive.
Again, we've got the Dan Thomas rhetoric again. You can't say we're giving them no credit. I never said I never gave them any credit.
You said you can't read anything in the last 5 games to then mean anything.
Can't. No, you can't.
Well, so that's not giving them credit.
Not what you're looking for. You're looking for. Oh well, the last 5 games they won, you could clearly see
that they were better.
Clearly see what?
That they were better.
But it didn't really matter. That's the problem.
Look at Crystal Palace. The way they ended the season. You don't care. You don't give them any credit.
See, this is where you're completely wrong.
Right.
They were just above the relegation zone, so they actually had games that mattered.
Oh, they were safe.
And then once they won the couple of games, then they just flowed through. But the key is when they were under pressure, they won games.
I don't understand what you're saying. They just flowed through.
When they were
still put in performances. They were so impressive.
I'll tell you. They were under pressure, right?
Yes.
In order to be safe, they had to win some games.
Yes.
And what did they do?
They won some games.
They won some games.
And then they won some more games very impressively.
And that took them through to the end of the season.
But they were brilliant at the end of the season, weren't they?
You're missing the point.
I don't know what you're saying.
The point is that they had to win some games in order to be safe.
Once they
what did they do?
It wasn't like 5.
They put in performances to win games that mattered.
But it wasn't like a final.
And the key is the games mattered.
They were no, but that was ages ago.
The key is the games
5-6 games before the end of the season. Palace was safe and they were brilliant throughout. Yet you don't seem to be criticising them as much.
5-6. Look,
what are you looking at Alan for? I'm right.
I have no idea.
Because you don't understand what I'm saying.
I just don't.
You don't get it. Crystal Palace. Right. Listen. I'll say it one more time.
Yes.
Right? Crystal Palace.
Yes.
Were on the verge.
Safe with 5 games to go. We're safe with 5 games to go, and then they were brilliant. And they've got a lot of people who said they
Let me know
you
when
know.
you finish, will you?
Oh, go on then. Go on then. Finish it.
Well, I'm trying to, and you just keep
Go on.
putting in with your nonsense.
My facts.
With your punter
My
patter.
facts. My facts.
Your punter patter.
Right, just get on with it.
The point is, Crystal Palace were under a little bit of pressure to win some games.
Yes.
Having been garbage for quite a spell,
Yep.
when they were under pressure,
Yes.
they won some games
Yes.
and they got safely away from the relegation zone.
Yes.
Right? So they won games when it mattered.
But then they won
That
games.
is the point.
Then
The
they
point
won.
is it mattered.
No, yeah, but what about the last 5 games they won when it didn't matter?
But that's got nothing to do with the point about Chelsea. That's got nothing to do with the point about Chelsea. The point of Crystal Palace.
Nothing into the final games of the season
no,
whatsoever.
not
That's it.
really.
So why do we even bother?
Not really.
Why even bother?
Not really.
Why so critical? Oh, Manchester
I'm
United, look
just
at them giving up
telling
all
you.
these shots. They're going to finish 8th.
I'm
Doesn't
just
matter.
telling you-
Games don't mean anything.
I'm just telling you that people in football will look at the last 5 games that Chelsea won.
Yes.
And they will say, well, at the end of the day, they really didn't matter that much. That's the point.
Wow. I think
And that's my point about Palace. The games matter.
Oh, no.
So when you
Don't
produce,
do that again.
well, because you don't get it. That's the problem. You don't get it.
I do get.
You don't.
I do get. At a time, they were big matches for them, but then there was plenty of time between then and the end of the season when the matches didn't matter.
I tell you the point that you really missed, Dan. It's where it's the only direction in which Manchester United is going.
That's up. Exactly.
Ain't that right?
Right, final question. This is me, obviously, the answer. Stevie, if you went back into managing, which ESPN FC members have the best temperament to be your assistant? Right, should we start off with who wouldn't you want as your assistant?
Oh, Craig would be a nightmare.
Craig? But Craig doesn't like it when you say that because he says that he can actually turn it on. If he's golf club Craig. Okay.
Yeah, but you can't always be golf club Craig.
No, that's true. And
That's the thing.
golf club Craig definitely displays that.
You need to be,
Okay.
in general,
Right.
your staff
Yes.
have to be, generally on a level.
Right.
Yes, sometimes you get a little heated,
Yep.
and sometimes you'll get a little down, but you can't be away up there or away down there. You have to be on some sort of level plane.
Okay. So let me.
Which Craig wouldn't be.
Shaka. Wow, Ali laughs.
Shaka can take the goalies.
Right. Okay. That
Yeah.
doesn't sound like the
I
most
take the
complimentary thing. Robbo.
I forgot about Robbo.
Oh.
You got a bit of competition here, Ali.
Oh, I didn't know I was in the running. All right.
Oh, you were my initial.
Well, I
assistant.
think you should go with what you thought first, Stevie.
I'm guessing Don isn't in this conversation.
Yeah.
Some recency I have.
No, don't.
I can connect with the younger people, Stevie.
When you think of Ali, you think of the
Younger people.
No, it would definitely be Ali.
Yeah.
Aye.
Okay. Why not Robbo?
Well, because I think Robbo could lose it.
Okay.
I think Robbo could snap.
Yes.
No, he snapped at me a couple of times.
Yes. He
Sure.
famously punched his assistant coach.
And
what about Gab? Bring a little bit of insight.
No, I couldn't have Gab walking around going.
You're giving the pre-game talk, and he's
Yeah, he's sitting going.
I think we'd enjoy to watch that, Stevie. I think you and Ali taking on a team. It'd be beautiful.
Quick question. When we have to do like the press conferences or we have to go talk to the media, are you going to send me to do it or are you going to do it?
No, he'll do it, and I'll interview
I'll
him.
do it.
All right. Okay, good.
Stevie, you said this game didn't matter. That is it. That brings us to the end of today's show. ESPN FC, of course, with you throughout the whole summer. Please
The
be with
only
us.
way is up, baby.
Shh, we can't pay the rent. Not the rent. The
The
royalties.
royalty. Oh, we can't pay the rent either. Right?
Can't pay the rent. The royalties, nothing. Yazoo. Was it Yazoo? Yaz?
Yeah.
It was Yaz.
Yeah,
Yazoo. Yazoo's from The Office. Anyway, you don't care about that. Bye.
Okay.